Jay Leno's garage is the kind of place where even the most experienced car enthusiast can walk past something extraordinary without realizing what they just saw. With a collection stretching across generations of automotive history, Leno doesn't simply collect expensive cars. He collects machines with stories, forgotten experiments, failed ideas, extinct brands, and bizarre engineering projects that were never supposed to become legends. And some of the strangest vehicles hiding inside his garage look so ordinary that you could mistake them for something parked outside a supermarket. One of the most unbelievable is the Chrysler Turbine Car. Instead of the familiar sound of a gasoline engine, this machine produces a high-pitched whine that sounds almost like a small aircraft preparing for takeoff. Chrysler built only 55 of these cars during the 1960s as an experiment to determine whether turbine engines could replace conventional piston engines. The company eventually destroyed most of them, leaving only a handful of survivors. Leno's example became even more remarkable after its turbine engine failed decades later. Bringing it back required specialists and knowledge connected to the original turbine program. Today, it remains one of the clearest examples of Leno's obsession with preserving automotive history that could easily have disappeared forever. Then there is the Ford Shogun, a car that looks like the least threatening vehicle imaginable. Based on the tiny Ford Festiva, the Shogun received a massive transformation. Its original engine was replaced with a Yamaha-built V6 from the Ford Taurus SHO, positioned behind the seats and driving the rear wheels. The result was a lightweight sleeper capable of performance that completely contradicted its humble appearance. Only a tiny number were ever completed, making Leno's example incredibly unusual. It proves that sometimes the strangest-looking car in the garage can be one of the quickest. Leno's collection also includes machines that barely look like cars at all. The Decopods created by designer Randy Grubb transformed ordinary Piaggio scooters into futuristic Art Deco creations. Their polished aluminum bodies make them look like something pulled straight from a 1930s science fiction movie. Beneath the dramatic styling, however, the original scooter mechanics remain functional, making these bizarre machines both artistic creations and usable vehicles. Another forgotten treasure is the Cunningham C-3. Briggs Cunningham wanted to prove that American engineering could compete at Le Mans, and his company produced only a small number of road cars. With a powerful Chrysler Hemi V8 and Italian coachwork, the C3 was extraordinarily expensive for its time. The Cunningham racing team never achieved the overall Le Mans victory it wanted, but it still earned impressive podium finishes against established European manufacturers. And then there is the Mercedes-Benz 600, perhaps the most astonishing vehicle in the collection. Famous for its enormous size, luxurious interior, and incredibly complicated hydraulic systems, the 600 was built without much concern for production costs. Leno's example takes things even further. Instead of remaining factory standard, it received a supercharged engine producing dramatically more power than the original setup. The result is a Mercedes 600 unlike virtually any other. That is what makes Jay Leno's garage so fascinating. It isn't simply a warehouse filled with million-dollar automobiles. It is a collection of forgotten ideas brought back to life. Some cars failed commercially. Some technologies disappeared. Some manufacturers vanished completely. But Leno continues to start these machines, drive them, repair them, and keep their stories alive. And that may be the biggest secret inside his garage. The most fascinating cars aren't always the famous ones. Sometimes they're the strange machines hiding quietly in the background, waiting for someone to realize just how extraordinary they really are.